Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning at the Community Foundation. I'm Alicia Dix, President and CEO, and I just want to introduce those on our team who are here with us for this presentation.
I'm Kayla Ellis, the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Community Foundation.
I'm Rebecca Caladona, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer here at the Community Foundation.
Nick Grimmer, the Chief Development Officer at the Community Foundation.
Again, I just want to welcome everyone, and this will be recorded so that it'll be available if you want to share or online, hopefully one day. And we're going to take a moment to really talk about how we can help our community through its philanthropic and investment portfolio building to support this community and the work we do every day within the two counties we serve, Oneida and Herkimer counties. As well as Otsego and beyond, wherever donors want to give to a 501c3. Our work is, we feel, critical to the success of our community, and every support, every donor, and every partnership helps us maintain our mission and get to the goals we're trying to establish every day, and very strategically through our board. So without further ado, we welcome you and are grateful that you're here with us, and hope this is informative to help you with your clients invest in their philanthropic goals and optimize any of their tax benefits that are out there, and we can accommodate. So without further ado, I will introduce Kayla.
All right, thank you so much, Alicia. So one of the big topics that we wanted to cover today is Mohawk Valley Gives. So you may or may not have heard of this. Hopefully you have. Mohawk Valley Gives is our community's largest day of giving. So for those who may not be familiar, think of like a Giving Tuesday, or I know there are area colleges that have giving days. This is essentially very similar in nature, but what's happening is the community is coming together to raise money, not just for one organization, but for many, many different area nonprofits. So we bring together, residents, businesses, and other partners like you to support those Mohawk Valley nonprofits and ignite generosity all throughout our region. The event was established in 2022 by the Community Foundation. Over the last 4 years or so, we have a lot of different partners and sponsors that have been very, very supportive of the event. Up Mobility Foundation has joined us as a co-host. And also, I have to give a big shout out to Staffworks and M&T Bank, who have been our lead sponsor for, we're in year 5 now. So all 5 years, they've been the lead sponsors, and we've also got Utica National Insurance Group who has joined us. So I just want to go through some of the stats. They're pretty impressive. When we launched this in 2022, we really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what we were getting into, didn't know how the nonprofits, how the donors would react. And in that first year, I think we had about 125 nonprofit participants. This year, year 5, we are on track to have close to 450 local nonprofits participating in this giving day, which is just incredible. And as you can see, the growth isn't just in the number of nonprofits, but in the dollars raised. So over the last 4 years, so since this event was established, we are inching close to that $15 million mark in terms of dollars raised for our community, which is just incredible. It's such a great event, and I think from where our professional advisor group stands, there's a really unique opportunity for you to work with your clients, and we've got some creative ways this year that Nick is going to talk about. So I'll pass it over to you, Nick.
Yeah, the reason why we wanted to have this convening today, and for those who can join live, thank you. For those who are going to watch on demand, please do not hesitate to reach out directly to staff with any questions. A lot of the things that I'm going to share will be very specific to specific clients. So certainly contact us. There's going to be a contact us link at the end of this presentation, and you'll have all of our information in email. But after now kind of being the platform for this amazing giving day for the past 4 years, we're very receptive to feedback. From day one, Mohawk Valley Gives has been primarily an online day of giving. So typically all sorts of online payment processors were accepted seamlessly, and they'll continue to be accepted. So the digital wallets, obviously debit and credit cards, basically anything that you can make an instantaneous transaction, because the kind of the game behind MV Gives is there's a leaderboard, there's a scoreboard, and the nonprofits are able to compete for prizes, not necessarily compete against each other, but just try to go out there and seek leverage from other donors and corporate sponsors that are providing the prize pool and different fun awards that are given out randomly throughout the day. It makes this a fun day, but also obviously very impactful with the amount that's raised for our community in one program. But some of the feedback that we've received over the past few years from advisors has been their clients want to give to Mohawk Valley Gives, but they need to do it through another mechanism. They need to give through things like a post-tax brokerage account, through their IRA, through an RMD process that would be a qualified charitable distribution, right from their bank account through a wire transfer. And then other clients of yours may have their own family foundation or may have their own DAF at a Fidelity, Schwab. If they have a donor advised fund at the community foundation, it's a one-button seamless transfer. But for external DAFs, there was never a very easy way for a donor to make a direct contribution to MV Gives and make sure that was recognized on the leaderboard and scoreboard for the nonprofits they want to support. So what our team has done going into year 5 here is we've worked out a process that will allow your clients to give through any of these, as Alicia said, tax beneficial giving strategies. If folks have gotten to a position in life where they can support the nonprofit community, we want to make sure that the way that they support it works for them as well. So the follow-up to this presentation will contain a lot more details for all of these types of giving vehicles. But we just wanted to acknowledge that the most important things are timing. And then who are the nonprofits that your clients want to support. All of these distributions, whether it's an IRA, a gift of stock, wire transfer, grant from an external DAP or a family foundation, they will be receipted by the community foundation. So the most important thing is that your clients will get a formal tax receipt issued by the community foundation for their tax purposes. The second step is having your clients tell us who they want that distribution to be designated to. So they can either direct it to one nonprofit, split it between 20 nonprofits. It's up to them. The nice thing about MV Gives, and that continues to be the same structure the past 4 years, the community foundation takes no fees, overhead, cost recovery. 100% of your client's gift will go directly to the nonprofits they wish to support. We're providing this platform. We want to make it as seamless as possible. But this is a very exciting addition to MV Gives. Donors can certainly still hop on the day of giving and make a credit or debit card gift, pay through their Apple Wallet or Google Pay. But these options are going to open up a whole new cohort of donors to support their favorite nonprofits. And we're really excited about that because all of these giving strategies you see on the screen right now will count toward the nonprofit's leaderboard. It'll count toward the matches and challenges and prizes, which make Mohawk Valley Gives what it is. So the important thing, again, to keep mindful of is to be the recipient. The community foundation, as I said, is going to be the recipient of these contributions. They need to be able to be validated before the giving day. So we ask that any client of yours try to get that distribution through whatever vehicle they're going to utilize by Friday, September 11th, which is 1 week before the day of giving. Once it's received by the community foundation, we'll issue the tax acknowledgement letter, and then we will put those contributions into the profile of the nonprofit your clients have chosen. So they will show up on the giving day. That was one of the questions that we received from last year is if I give through an IRA, will it show up? Because it's not an online gift. We can now answer that and say, yes, absolutely. As long as the donation, the contribution is received a week out from the day of giving. We just want to make sure that we have enough time to receive the gift, to get it to the right profile, to send the acknowledgement letter. But on the other side of that, in our experience, we know that certain brokerages and know that certain custodians of IRAs can take some time to process a distribution. Fidelity and Schwab with donor advised fund grants, they can process them in real time, or they can do them in a batch at the end of a month. We don't have any control over that. So the more time that you give your clients to make sure that those contributions get in the door by September the 11th, the better. And then when the giving day goes live on Friday, September 18th, your clients' contributions will be earmarked to their favorite nonprofit. Their nonprofit will be eligible for those prizes, and it'll be a great celebratory day as long as, again, this process is followed. So our team has built out a much more thorough overview of how this works with rounding numbers, with transit numbers. We're going to email that as a follow-up with recording this webinar. But before you even get into that document, if there are any questions, we encourage you just talk to our team. We're here. This inbox gets filtered out to several different members of the Mohawk Valley Gives team. You'll get the right answer from the right person. So please just reach out to us with any questions. We want your clients to support the community through Mohawk Valley Gives, but we also want them to do their giving in a way that benefits them as well. So we think that this, we know because we put a lot of thought and time and effort into it, we know that this will work. We know that this will reach the objectives that your clients want to reach with supporting their favorite nonprofits, and we're here to help. So please reach out. We appreciate your partnership. We look forward to touching base a few more times throughout the summer just to send some reminders. And again, if there are any questions or concerns, reach out to a Community Foundation staff member. But thank you for what you do for your clients. Thank you for supporting Mohawk Valley Gives. And hopefully we can tell you that after September 18th that this is another record-breaking year with your support and assistance. So have a great day. Thanks for your time this afternoon.